Let's talk more now about the president's return home. Professor James Sayo, who's a professor of media and cultural communications at the Pan-African University in Lagos, joins us now on the news at 10. Thank you so much for joining us on the news. I appreciate you all being here tonight. What areas do you... Well, first of all, we're all glad that the president is finally back after over 100 days away, and we do hope that he's strong enough, to face the duties of his office. But he is making an address tomorrow. So what areas do you think he needs to focus on? What do you think Nigerians are itching to hear tomorrow morning?
Well, I think Nigeria is in a mood of ecstasy and expectation, especially now that the president has returned. I want to believe, and Nigerians want to believe, that he has returned with renewed vigor and greater resolve to confront the monumental challenges and contradictions that have militated against development in our country. I expect that the president will address the issue of the war on corruption, because that appears to be one of the major planks of his administration. He told us that if Nigeria does not kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. And we expect that now that he's back, he will give greater attention to that war on corruption. Secondly, there is the issue of restructuring. It has resonated very strongly. And when he was away, that formed part of our national discourse. And we expect that that will also be an issue he will have to look at very critically, very dispassionately, so that these agitations, which I believe very strongly have some validity, will also be looked at. Because we are operating what I would call a fraudulent federation. We pride ourselves as being a federation, but in practice that is not happening. And I think part of the developmental arrest we have experienced over the years is as a result of this. There is also the education sector. ASU is on the war path, and you can say that, okay, perhaps maybe that could have been resolved some other way. But it appears that even governments, previous governments, have only listened to industrial action, to war, so to speak. And that explains why perhaps ASU has decided to also go on strike again. So that's one other very thorny issue I think the president needs to address. And also to assure Nigerians that all of us are citizens of this country. When he was away, there was a marching order from the Arewak youths that the Igbo in the north should have to leave that part of the country by October 1. It has created a whole lot of insecurity, and rightly too. And we expect that now that he's back, he will reassure not just the Igbo, but the entirety of Nigerians that we are one, we're a unified country, and everybody belongs to this country, and wherever they live, they should be secure. They should be able to go about their legitimate businesses without any molestation. There shouldn't be any threat to any life. These are some of the concerns which I think are legitimate, and the president should really confront head on now that he's back.
Yeah, you make a very important point when you talk about unifying the country, because that's a message that really needs to go out there. But you've also drawn up a long bucket list of what the president should address. He has less than 2 years in office now to do this, having been sick, for a period of time. Do you think these are things that he can possibly fulfill? These are tasks he can fulfill before
it may not be possible for him to do that. As a matter of fact, one is not expecting that these issues will be addressed in one day. But he has a responsibility. When he was seeking for this office, he promised Nigerians, there were campaign promises he made, and Nigerians will hold him accountable. They want him to deliver on these promises. So it is true that he has been away for a very long time on medical tourism. We appreciate the situation he found himself in. We also understand that these challenges need to be addressed. The vice president, then acting president, was in charge and discharged the duties creditably. But we expect that now that he's back, as much as he can, let Nigerians begin to know that their president is back. There is a whole lot of unemployment which many have sometimes even argued that the Boko Haram insurgency has found its roots in that. So these are the challenges we expect that he will address within the short period of time that is left.
Very quickly, sorry to interrupt, but very quickly, the Vice President did say that the President's return would help, also the President's recovery, beg your pardon, signifies Nigeria's recovery also. What do you make of what he said?
Well, I would say that is preemptive, and you expect that from the Vice President, no doubt. He has been a very loyal Vice President, and now that his principal is back, all of us, not just him, all of us believe that his return is symbolic and is going to galvanize the process of governance. That is because we are patriotic Nigerians and we expect that things will change for the better. So we hope that that expectation will also be met. It will not just be something that we wish and we just evaporate. We hope that he will work assiduously, he will rededicate himself to the process of governance, and we ensure that these promises which he made are fulfilled. That is the expectation.
Professor Sayo, thank you so much for joining us on the News at 10. Of course, our best wishes are with the President. Thank you.
Thank you very much.